What's up, guys? Back out on the trails, me and Ava. Where's Ava? There's Ava. Say hi, Ava. Anyway, back out here. Beautiful Elmore County, Alabama. Not much to do, but if you like hiking, it's great. There's two really great trails. This one and Cherokee Trails up in, it's in between the outskirts of Elmore County and Tallapoosa counties, right there at Lake Martin. But it's further from my house. It's probably 35, 40 minutes from where I live, and this one's probably 15 minutes. So next week I'm on vacation. From my last day at work will be Sunday, and I'll go back Saturday. So I'll have 5 days off in a row. 2 of them are days off that I already have, so I took 3 vacation days. So me and Ava plan on going up there and bringing enough stuff to make it last all day. Can't camp there. I wish you could, but we'll probably stay up there all day. Go hike first part of the day, come back, eat, relax. Maybe fly the drone and go back out, chill out, like not majorly hike, but just kind of maybe check some stuff out we haven't seen yet. But I've been all over that place. I don't know if you guys watched the other video I made. It used to be, it's an old railroad that's 5 miles long. And it has been a railroad since the late 1800s. And, well, it might have been, but I mean, it was it was going in the 1800s. But anyway, then it was just a dirt road. And the power company owned most of it, but they leased it out to hunting clubs and things like that. And I used to work with some guys that were in those hunting clubs. And in the off season, we would go 4-wheeler riding. So, a bunch of guys from work, probably like 20 of us, would go meet up early in the morning and go ride those trails. So it's 5 miles long, but you know, it's miles and miles wide. So you could be gone all day on a 4-wheeler and not go over the same place twice. Used to have a blast. So a lot of those trails are just hiking trails now. They can't hunt there anymore. They can't ride 4-wheelers, or you can't even drive down that dirt road. We used to drive down that dirt road as teenagers. Kids with 4-wheel drives would test it out and get stuck. Some would make it, but towards the end, before they closed it down completely, you got terrible ruts, and it was like a middle part of it was unpassable by anything. So, but I know it pretty good. I don't know it like the back of my hand good, but I know it pretty good. So we're gonna have a good time next week. I'm off today. I was off yesterday. Yesterday I just kind of stayed at home and tidied up around the house. Got a few things ready for next week. Relaxed a little bit. So today we're out here trying to get Ava back in shape. Because, you know, this summer was hot, so we didn't go out as much as we did last. Usually we go out a lot in the fall and winter and spring. Probably, I'm off 2 days a week. We go out most of those 2 days, you know, both days. Even if it's just for a couple hours, we at least get in 4 or 5 miles. And we'll do that all the way up until June, and then kind of sporadically go then. Sometimes I'll wake up and go, all right, it's not so hot out, let's go. And it'll be like 6 in the morning just to go before it gets, you know, real hot. But we have done it. But, I mean, just now, it was 55 degrees when we started. We walked about 2 miles, and the first place we came to, you know, where you could get into the lake, she jumped right in. Look at her. I love watching her run. I love watching her so excited. Because I feel bad for her. I'm at work all day. And I do come home at lunch every day. Because I work maybe 4 miles from where I live. And I got her as a puppy. She was only 5 weeks old. So, you know, I used to come home at lunch and check on her constantly. I haven't missed a day yet. She'll be 2 in February. And I have yet to miss a day coming home at lunch to check on her. So I still do. And she knows I'm coming between 9 and 10 a.m. because I have to be at work at 4 in the morning. So I open up the door and there she is on the love seat, facing the door with her arms crossed, waiting for me to come in, tail wagging. So I feel bad for her that she's stuck by herself all the time. I tried to get her a playmate. My daughter has Ava's sister, and Ava's sister had puppies. And there was a girl I work with, a coworker, that wanted one of them, the male, the only male. So I wanted a female. So I said, bring them over. You know, bring a couple, you know, bring Mariah's male and bring me a couple just to see how they do. Ava was not having it. Not at all. She wasn't even having it with my daughter being there. Barking at her, going after her. I had to put her in the bedroom and shut the door. So Mariah was at work that day. I was off, so we took Mariah her puppy, and she named it Brody. She said Brody is the most well-behaved, well-mannered dog. She doesn't even know what his bark sounds like. And said he was house trained within a couple days. You know, she would leave puppy pads down, and so I mean, this dog, and I was like, man, I missed out on a good dog because the females, one of the ones I wanted, they're all the same. They all act the same. They were going to be bigger than Ava. The mom is Ava's. Just looks just like Ava, except she's not that color. I mean, like they said, they're sisters. And the dad is this weird English Australian breed of dog. So they're kind of tall and lanky. So this dog would have been bigger, but this dog would have been perfect. Perfect for Ava, you know. Playmate. It would have been her auntie, but she wasn't having it. So, you know, whenever I get mad at Ava, I was like, see, that's what you get for being alone, because you don't want anybody. But it doesn't last long. A couple seconds go by, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I love you, Ava. She doesn't want anybody. I guess she just wants me and her. You know, Gina's been gone for 2 years, and I have not dated whatsoever. I had no interest in it. But even if I did, I could never have a girl come to my apartment. Ava would flip out. So, I guess I'm destined to be alone the rest of my life. Well, as long as Ava's around. So anyway, we're just hanging out, walking. It's been a little while since I went on a hike. I was starting to get into a rut. Staying on my phone all the time, and I didn't like it. I had to get up and just start doing stuff, you know. I was watching the same kind of videos over and over again, and I just said, you know what, I just got to get up and go and do it. Do something, you know, get out of here. Because, I mean, last year, my whole, there she is in the water. Let me zoom it in. See? But last year, my whole attitude was changed, was different. It's like I couldn't wait to go hiking. I couldn't wait to get out and bring all my stuff with my drone and all that and go hiking. And then this, I guess because it's been hot. But last year, it just seemed different. It seemed like sooner than it has now. Like it was still 80s and 90s up until yesterday or the day before. Like I get in my car to come home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is so hot in my car. Still have to blast the air conditioner. I mean, it's so hot. So it just hasn't felt like last year. Like last year, it kind of got cool earlier. The leaves started changing a little earlier. This year, it just still looks like summer. But in here, you could kind of tell the difference. I mean, it's all the trees are still green except for a few little leaves on this tree, but everything's pretty green. I know there's a lot of leaves on the ground, but I'm not a leaf expert, but I'm sure a lot of them was already here. But it just had, you know how when you were young and you were in school, and I don't know if you guys are, but people that are my age or like within my range, I'm 57. You remember when we were kids and we would go back to school, we had that smell in the air and that JCPenney and Sears catalog that we'd look through and pick out the clothes we wanted for back to school. And we could, you know, they had like the people wearing the clothes and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look like that. You know, you can feel the crispness in the air and leaves were falling and, you know, Halloween was coming and, you know, we'd watch Charlie Brown and The Great Pumpkin, and it's like we had, cable was at its infancy. It wasn't really a big thing yet. But the catalogs, and we had, you know, like remember all the TV shows had like a Halloween special or a Christmas special. They don't do that now. Like I stumbled across, like I told you, I watched like these videos on YouTube and they have, I don't know how I got to them, but like, you know, it was like the Halloween special of I can't even think right now. Well, let's just say take the Golden Girls for instance. That was Gina's favorite all-time show. And it's up there with me too. She got me back into it again. We watched it every single night before we went to bed, as we were going to bed. She knew every line. I used to quiz her all the time. There's nothing, no question I could ask her she didn't know. And they had a Christmas special. I don't know if you guys remember the one where they were at the diner and it started snowing. And they watched the diner for the man that went home to spend Christmas. Was it Christmas or Thanksgiving with his family? Anyway, it was one of those type. It was a special like that. And what was the show with the Seaver family? You know, Alan Thicke was in it. Anyway, I stumbled across that one time. You know, like looking at YouTube videos, and it had their special, and one thing led to another, and like all those shows back then had a Halloween, Christmas special, and at the end of it, the whole cast would be like, from our cast to your family, Merry Christmas. You know, it was really cool, but they don't do that anymore. Everything is so everything is so like corporate now. I mean, it has been for a while. I mean, it always has been, but not as bad. Everything now is about making money. You know, nothing is about us. You know, like with these rich people, when was the last time they were like, yeah, this one's on us? You know, we're going to do this and it's going to be on us. We're going to take care of it. But no matter what it is. Now, I know Trump is adding on to the White House. He's putting a ballroom. That ain't for us. And I know he's not using our money. He's using, you know, investor money and his money. But still, did we vote for that? I don't remember voting for a ballroom. It doesn't affect me one way or the other, honestly. But if you're going to get an investment group and have something built, why don't you build homeless shelters, or why don't you do this or that? A ballroom? For what? So you can entertain your fancy rich friends? It just doesn't seem right. You know, I'm not going to tell you who I voted for or what side I'm on. I'm just going to tell you that I like some of both parties and I dislike some of both parties. So I'm right there in the middle. But I just think this country was better off with Trump as president than Kamala. That's all I'm going to say. You know, I'm not saying I voted for Trump. I'm not saying I voted for Kamala. I'm just saying I think this country, the way the Democrats were running it, it was just getting run downhill. I mean, like I said, he's doing a lot of things I don't like, but he's doing a lot of things I do like. I guess with any president, but I can't remember anything Joe Biden did that I liked. Not at all. Not to say I didn't like any Democrat president. They're all the same. I'll be honest with you, they're all the same. They're all the same, that big party that we're not in. So, I'm not going to talk about politics. No religion, no politics. Isn't that what they say at bars? Not that I hung out at bars, but I've seen it from movies and shows. So we won't talk about all that. Like I said, I'm right in the middle. I agree with some, disagree with some. But if I had my way, I'd have a president in there that put people first, Americans first. I know he says America first, but he's not doing that. He really isn't. He's doing other countries first. Us last. Like, I struggle. I don't know about you guys, but I struggle. You know, like I said before, when Gina died, not only did I lose her, but I lost her money too. And the bills are still the same, well, except for the car payment. I was finally able to pay that off. That saved me $300 a month. But everything else is still the same. So I rob Peter to pay Paul every month. I've been doing it for 2 years, but it's hard. Getting no help from him. Well, at least I could say with the other presidents, we did see some type of stimulus check. So, I don't remember where that last stimulus, if it was him or Biden. I don't remember, I think. I want to say it was him. I wish he'd do another one. That sure helped me out. I'm sure to help a lot of y'all out. Anyway, back, no more politics. So anyway, I'm in the woods. Ava's in front. Show you. What else can we talk about? Well, what have you guys been up to? Anybody like hiking? Topics? Anybody got topics they like to talk about? Put in the comments what you guys like. What's your hobbies? What's your topic of conversations? What matters to you? What means something to you? Or just shoot the breeze, you know? Talk about TV shows or movies or sports or whatever. Anything. Civil, no arguments. If you loved Miami Vice and someone else didn't, you know what? There's no sense arguing over it. Miami Vice was an awesome show back then. Did you ever notice when you watch a show now, he's like, I loved Miami Vice back then. I loved Dukes of Hazzard when I was 12 when it came out. So I loved Dukes of Hazzard. I loved the A-Team. But trying to watch it now, I'll be like, what did I see? When I was 12. And when Miami Vice came out, I was probably, I don't know, 14, 15. You know, I thought Sonny Crockett was the coolest man alive. You know, had that, what was that, a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, or it was one of those type cars. It was awesome, I know that. But anyway, I look at them now and I'm like, oh my God, it's kind of cheesy. Especially Dukes of Hazzard. Roscoe's laugh, cute, 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 cute. But I mean, I loved them back then. Golden Girls is surprisingly a show you could still watch today. People that have never seen it, you could watch that show today and love it. Because I still do. Favorite Golden Girl? Who was your favorite Golden Girl? I'm going to see in the comments who can guess who mine was. I'll give you one hint. It wasn't Ma. So that leaves Blanche, Dorothy, or Rose. And one of them was my absolute favorite. Now, Gina's favorite was Rose. Because Rose was so good-hearted and kind. That's how Gina was. You know, good listener. Really cared about people and things. Blanche made her laugh, of course. But if you can guess who my favorite was. I don't know. I don't have anything to give right now. If my channel grows and I become a big shot one day, big YouTube influencer, I will remember you and give you a nice gift. But help my channel grow, help me get big. It's just going to be hiking and talking about things. That's all it's going to be. Nothing special. And I will answer people, unlike some other influencers or YouTubers. I will look at the comments and answer people. Just don't be hateful, please. I'm trying over here. Yeah, but just don't be hateful. I got a fragile... I'm sensitive. I'm a sensey. I don't like it when people, you know, criticize me, or if I'm doing something wrong, just point it out. You got to be mean about it. I'm not mean to anybody. Just be nice. Isn't that what Patrick Swayze said in Roadhouse? Just be nice. What if they do this? Just be nice. What if they call my mama H word? Well, is she? You remember that? I guess you could kind of see I'm a TV phobe. But, whew. I don't know why I'm out of breath. I guess because I haven't walked in a while. So, yeah, TV, music. How about music? You guys like music? What kind of music you listen to? I listen to everything. Right now, before I started making this video, I was listening to Pandora. And I set it to groups like Depeche Mode, Flock of Seagulls, Duran Duran, you know, those type of groups. 80s pop, English synth type bands. Love them, can't get enough, you know. So I was listening to Saved by Zero came on, loved it. I loved a bunch of their music. Joy Division came on. I love Joy Division, which later became, who did they become? It was either Depeche Mode or a group like Depeche Mode. A really good group. I like Tears for Fears. I liked all them groups. Duran Duran was my favorite. Now, when I met Gina, we found out that we both loved Duran Duran. In fact, she loved them so much that she said when she was a teenager, she got in trouble by her mom and dad because her and her friend, they were in high school. Her and her friend ran up like a $800 phone bill by calling the Rum Runner in England looking for Duran Duran. Because she found out they played there a lot. So they would call there all the time and act like they were whoever and try to talk to them. So back in 2014 or 15, for Christmas, she surprised me and she got us Duran Duran tickets. They were playing, we were living in Pennsylvania, like 20 miles outside of Philly. And they were playing in Camden, New Jersey, which, that's where I was born. I wasn't raised there, but I was born there. And they were playing there, so we went. I think the concert, it was an outdoor concert. And we sat on the lawn. I was so excited. I mean, they were older, but it was 2014 or 15, so they weren't extremely old. They were probably, what was that, 10 years ago? So they were probably like 50, late 40s, early 50s. And the light had like all the lights and stuff in the back. It was awesome. And she had been to one before, I hadn't. And so we were out there, and then at the end of it, I had never really been to a concert in my life. I went to a country concert a long time ago when Jerry Reed was the headliner. It was a group. It was like 6 groups there. It was like Shenandoah, Highway 101, Roddy McDowell or Roddy Dow, one of them. and a couple others, and then Jerry Reed. But Jerry Reed was so drunk that we couldn't even understand a word he was saying. But it was still cool. But anyway, I never really been to a concert. I had went to a Flock of Seagulls when I lived in Massachusetts. I was in 11th or 10th or 11th grade. I had a street bike that I was able to ride, and they were doing a free concert on. I lived in Westport, right outside of Fall River, and there's a beach there called Horseneck Beach. If anybody's from there, you know what I'm talking about. And Flock of Seagulls had a little concert there, but it wasn't like, you know, like the Duran Duran concert. It was just like, you know, just a chill concert. So I had never been to one. So anyway, they sung all their songs except for Rio. And that's one of my favorites. I always wanted to be Simon on the front of that boat in the video. You know, her name is, and just be on the front. That gave me chills. So they didn't sing it. And they were like, all right, good night, everybody. And they walk off the stage. And I'm like, I look at her, and she's just looking at me like with a look on her face like, Mike, come on. And I'm like, what? She goes, they always do that. Every concert does that. They act like they're going to leave and say goodnight, and they come back and do an encore. And I'm like, for real? She's like, yeah. And I don't know why I didn't believe her, because everything she's ever told me has ever happened, you know? So, sure enough, a minute or two goes by, everybody's cheering. Here they come back out again. Her name is Rio. And I was like, yay! Yay, Gina! You're the best! She's like, no, Simon's the best. That's who she had her crush on. Simon. Of course. Who else are you going to have a crush on? Mick? Is Mick even a guy in there? I don't know. I don't know why I said Mick. I know there's John Taylor, Andy. John, Andy, and... maybe I'm thinking about Mick Mars of Motley Crue. I'm not... Man, John, Andy, Simon, and... I can't remember his name. Somebody in the comments let me know, because I'll forget to look it up when I go home. But anyway, it was an awesome concert. Oh, and Chic opened up for him. So that was kind of cool. So I got to watch Chic and Duran Duran. Wow, that was a bad night too, because, you know, that was at the beginning of all Gina's health problems. And Gina would not hide stuff, she wouldn't tell me certain stuff. But, you know, finding parking is hard. So I had to park like 3 blocks away. We had to walk. Now, a healthy person, it's no big deal. You see what I'm doing now. But for her, she was already missing a couple toes. So it rubbed a blister. And it turned out to get infected, and then she lost, I think, another toe. But she hid stuff from me so much that I didn't know. I mean, I knew about that, but I didn't know, you know, which foot it was. She would never let me look at it. Not until there's a spider web I had to get past. It had a spider on it. That's why I was being careful. But she wouldn't let me know things. Like when she passed, her niece pulled up her sheet to look. And she's like, oh, Gina. And I looked, and it was like half of her feet on both legs were gone. It was just heels, 2 heels, like barely. And I'm thinking the whole time she had like all of her toes on one foot and maybe 3 missing on the other. She would just keep things from me. She just didn't want to, I don't know if she didn't want to worry me with it, or I don't even know how she walked. Can you imagine walking on 2 peg legs? Because that's pretty much what she was doing. I mean, she had a walker. Anytime we went to the store, I used to go get her one of those riding carts. I'd walk in, go drive it up to the car. She'd get out of the passenger seat right into it. I did that every time, every trip. If we couldn't find one, she'd sit there, and so I went and found one. And then if they didn't have one, I'd go get one of those wheelchairs, ones with the cart on it, and I'd get that and I'd push her around. I would not let her walk. And then she'd want to go to like CVS or Walgreens. I'm like, they don't have one of those carts. So, all right, I don't want to get all sad. It is what happened, it happened, and don't want to get sad again, because I went through a whole year of it. I mean, I'm still sad, but that whole year was like bad. Anyway, the Duran Duran concert was awesome. I haven't been to another one since, any concert. I probably won't, because she was the initiator of all that. The only thing I initiated was I have a childhood friend up in Philly named Glenn. And Glenn and me lived together. We were like roommates for a little while. And he was going to school at a place in Philly called Philadelphia Wireless. So when he graduated, he got a job with Comcast, I believe, or one of those. Whoever does the sound for all the games, Sixers, Phillies, Eagles, all that. So he sits in a booth at every game and does the sound for TV. And he has connections. So I went, he called me one time. He was going to paint his back fence. He had a privacy fence. He had a pool. He asked me if I could help. I was like, sure, I'll help. I've been hang out with Glenn all day. We've known each other since he was like 13, and I was 15. And he has 3 brothers, friends with all of them. So I've kept in touch with these guys ever since. And anyway, he got me and Gina free tickets to a Phillies Blue Jays game. It was May 6, 2014. I got the video of me and her being on TV. Caught a foul ball. I don't know if I said this in my last video, but I still got the foul ball by Cole Hamels pitched it. And so he got us the tickets. 9 rows from the Blue Jays dugout. I'm just looking. I got a spider web on my phone with the spider on it. I don't want to kill it. I'm going to put him against this tree and see if he'll jump off. I don't want to kill anything. It's been a great day. And I don't want to kill him. There you go. Oh, you thought he was going. Go, 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 go. Now he's about to climb. Trying to give him the chance to live. He's using his spider web and he's dipping down. There, go. He's probably like, I don't like, there he goes. He's down. All right. Yeah, so it was 9 rows from the Toronto dugout. Fireworks that night, got the free hat. I got the ticket stubs and the hat still. But, I think that was, I initiated a few other things. Like a trip to Atlantic City. And see, she wasn't from the area. She was from upstate New York. Amsterdam, New York, right around Albany. So I showed her where I grew up in South New Jersey. Took her to some fantastic bakeries, Termini's in Philly. I've been going there since I was a kid. My grandparents used to go. Cannolis are the best. I took her to some bakeries in Jersey, a bunch of diners. You know, New Jersey's the diner capital of the world. Took her to a bunch of diners, the Colonial in Woodbury. Woodstown Diner. It's another town I used to live in. And just showed her around where I grew up. Because she showed me around where she grew up when I went up there. I've been up there twice. So we both got to see where we grew up. And then we would just explore places together that neither one of us have ever seen. And we lived around Valley Forge, like King of Prussia area in Pennsylvania. So we explored that together. We had a nice life up there. We really did. We had a great life. And one day I'll explain how I wound up back here again. But I'll save that until another video. I might lose some viewers if I explain it now. It's not bad, but neither one of us wanted to come here. We had a great life up there. Anyway, I guess I'm going to end this video. It's been a little long. What is it, 33 minutes? So just drop in the comments. Answer some of the questions if you want. Your favorite music, your favorite bands, your favorite TV shows, movies. Get a little discussion started. What do you guys like to do for fun? You go to ball games, concerts, hobbies. You guys hike, bike, fish, hunt. I mean, we do it all here on this channel. I've done all that. I've hunted, I've fished, I've played softball, baseball, football. Never played basketball. I mean, I played it, but not like on, organized. I liked watching it. Larry Bird was my man. Hockey, I played hockey, but not on ice, street hockey. So, tennis, I used to love playing tennis. I got good at it. Volleyball. I was really good at volleyball, too. So drop in the comments. What do you guys and like what do you want to talk about next time? We can talk about whatever you guys want. All right. I guess I'll see you guys on the next video. Be safe, and I will see you next time.